Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's reading is about relationships. It might be a relationship you are in or related to a connection you have with someone. This doesn't necessarily have to be a love connection. This can be about a connection or relationship at work or in friendships. These will be general messages looking at where you've been, where you're at, where the other person is at, and what's next. Because these messages are general, a reminder to please use your discernment, take what resonates with you, and leave behind what doesn't. To help you decide which group to pick, I've got 3 Lovers cards from 3 different decks. The Lovers card represents mostly romantic love, harmony, and choosing the right partner. But it can also represent any close bond or relationship that has trust and shared values. So this includes strong friendships, family connections, or business partnerships where you work perfectly together. For group 1, we have the Way of the Panda Tarot. For group 2, we have the Kitten Tarot. In group 3, we have the Chubby Bunny Tarot. Alright, so these are the 3 groups. There will also be energy checks at the beginning of each reading, so that can also help further validate which reading is for you. Please press pause if you need to take whatever time you need to pick your group, and if you feel like it, you can listen to more than one. Alright, I'll see you at your reading. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading on what is this connection? What are they thinking and feeling, and where is this relationship actually heading? I'm going to do an energy check for you to further validate that this is your reading. Message for group 1, please. An energy check and message of validation for group 1. Okay, we've got a card here. We've got number 57, relying on each other. This image is really interesting because you have these 2 people sitting back to back. They've got a scarf that's connecting them together, and one connected to the sun and other to the moon. So there's this feeling of 2 different energies, but still a connection between them. A tight connection. But what's interesting is while I was shuffling the oracle deck, the cards felt really slippery and loose in my hands. They were kind of sliding around and not staying together. I feel like that could be part of the message here as well. Something about feeling a little loose, uncertain, or not quite settled within this connection, although there's a tight connection at the same time. Okay, so if any of that resonated with you, that might be further validation that this is your reading. If it didn't resonate, then feel free to pick a different group. If it did, let's see what we get with your tarot cards. What we're going to be looking at in this reading is where you've been, where you're at now, and where the other person is at, and what's next for this connection. Oh, I think I see a few cards flipped over. Yeah, we've got a couple of cards here. We have the 7 of Cups, many possibilities. 8 of Swords, feeling stuck. Page of Pentacles, new interest. And finally, we have the 9 of Pentacles, independence. Looking at these together, I am getting a sense of uncertainty around this connection. The Seven of Cups can bring so many thoughts and possibilities. You may be wondering what this person is thinking, where things could go, or if there's something more here. And then with the Eight of Swords, it feels like getting stuck in those thoughts. But the Page of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles brings in something a little different. There's curiosity here. Someone may still be interested, paying attention, or wondering what could develop. And then with the Nine of Pentacles, feels like a little bit of a shift. There's something here about being in your own space again and finding some comfort there. You may be thinking about this connection, but I feel like you're also starting to get to a place where you can let things be for a little while. You don't have to know exactly where this is going. There's something nice here about being able to focus on yourself and your own life while letting this connection unfold in whatever way it's meant to. Okay, let's see what other messages we get. Additional messages for group 1, please. Oh, do I see something? No. Okay. Additional messages for group 1 about this relationship. Looking for additional messages for group 1, please. Okay, we have a card flipped over. Eight of Cups, walking away. Princess of Swords, mental energy, intense curiosity, watching something closely. Three of Cups, a connection or reunion. We've got two cards together. We have Temperance and Ten of Swords. These two cards together are giving me healing after an ending. Something that's catching my eye is the moon showing up again. We've got the moon on the Rely On card, and then we see the same moon imagery on both the Eight of Cups and Three of Cups. So I sense there's something here about emotions and things that aren't completely clear yet. With the Eight of Cups, that can be about creating distance, while the Three of Cups brings connection back in. So there may be some stepping away from this relationship, but that doesn't necessarily mean the emotional connection has disappeared. And with the Temperance and Ten of Swords, there's a feeling of healing after something difficult has reached its limits. Okay, let's just get into your reading and the details. First, I'm going to start with where this relationship has been. We've got the Seven of Cups and Eight of Cups. With these two cards together, I feel like this connection has gone through a period of uncertainty and some distance. There may have been a lot of wondering about what this relationship actually is, where it's going, or whether there was something more here. You may have had different possibilities in your mind, but at some point it became too confusing or tiring, and there was a need to step back. It feels like there were too many unanswered questions, and creating some distance became a way of protecting yourself or trying to find some clarity. With the moon showing up here again, there may still be things you don't fully understand about why this connection unfolded the way it did. Right now, I feel like you're still thinking about this connection quite a bit. The Eight of Swords can feel like being caught in your own thoughts, and the Princess of Swords adds that feeling of watching, observing, wondering, curiosity. You may not be doing anything about the connection, but part of you is still paying attention. Maybe you're wondering what they're thinking, whether they've noticed the distance, whether they still care, whether anything could actually change. I sense you want some kind of clarity before you do anything. You don't want to assume, you don't want to act out on something that may only be in your head. You want to know what's real. Okay, with that, let's get into where the other person may be at, what they may be feeling. For the other person, I sense there is still interest and openness. The Page of Pentacles isn't usually about rushing in. It's more like someone who's curious and quietly paying attention. They may be wondering whether this relationship or connection could develop into something more, but they don't know exactly what that looks like yet. With the Three of Cups, which brings in connection, spending time together and communication, or even reconnecting, I could see this person being open to hearing from you or spending some time together again. There may also be a friendship quality here, wanting to reconnect in a way that feels comfortable and natural rather than immediately putting pressure on the relationship. Okay, so for what's next with the Temperance, Ten of Swords, and Nine of Pentacles. With the Nine of Pentacles, this changes a feeling I'm getting quite a bit. Instead of seeing a new beginning with this person, I feel like there's a period of coming back into your own space. The Nine of Pentacles is about feeling secure within yourself, knowing your worth, being okay on your own. And then with the Temperance card, this tells me there's still some healing and balancing taking place. With the Ten of Swords, it feels like something about an old version of this relationship or connection has reached its limit. A certain pattern, expectation, or way of relating to each other may not be able to continue the way it was. But I don't think that means the entire relationship or connection is going to disappear. It just feels like the old way of doing things is what needs to end. I'm getting the sense that once you get into a place of being able to rely on yourself, trusting what you feel, being okay even when you don't know what someone else is going to do, once you get back to that place, the relationship becomes easier to see it for what it really is. If the person comes back around, you're not meeting them from the place of uncertainty or needing an answer from them, but you'll be more grounded. And if they don't come back, you haven't lost yourself in waiting for something to happen. Okay, I want to pull one final message for you. Final message for Group 1. Final message for Group 1, please. Okay, we have, I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. What a perfect card to end this reading. I love that it has an image of a moon here as well. I feel like this is another reminder about the things we don't always see clearly. There may still be things you don't know about this relationship. You may not know what this person is thinking or where everything is going. And that's where the message about choosing love feels really important. It doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or pretending that everything's okay. It feels more like choosing not to let fear fill in the blanks when you don't have all the answers. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope this has helped in some way, sending you lots of love and many blessings. If you resonated with this reading, please do like, share, or subscribe if you feel like doing so. I'd really appreciate it. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. I'm going to start off with an energy check to help further validate if this reading's for you. In this reading, we'll be looking at a few things. We'll be looking at where this relationship has been, where you're at now, and where the other person is at, and then what's next for this connection. All right, so we're looking for an energy confirmation and validation for Group 2, a message of validation for Group 2, okay, we've got number 24, heartbreak. Okay, so right away, this makes me wonder if you've just been through some kind of heartbreak, disappointment, or a difficult experience with this relationship. For some of you, the relationship may actually be ending, or you may already be experiencing some kind of separation or emotional distance. I'm not necessarily getting a feeling that this entire connection was bad or negative. There may have been a lot of good here too, which is probably part of the reason why the heartbreak feels so significant. Okay, so if this resonates with you, this may be further validation that this reading is for you. All right, let's get into the cards. Messages for Group 1, please. Okay, we've got a few cards here. First, we have 4 of Wands, stability, celebration. Then we have 5 of Wands, conflict. And King of Wands, a strong desire. We have a lot of wand energy here, and in relationships, wands can bring passion, attraction, chemistry, excitement, and really strong feelings. And at the same time can also bring arguments, tension, pride, things getting heated. Okay, next we have 5 of Cups, feeling of disappointment. This feels like a connection where there's been a lot of energy between two people. There may have been genuine attraction or excitement, but also conflict or differences that were difficult to work through. There's a feeling of looking at what went wrong and feeling the loss of what you hope this could be. I'm not gonna lie, there's some heavy feelings here. Okay, let's see what we get next. Messages for Group 2, please. Additional messages for Group 2, please. Okay, we've got 2 cards here. We have the Ace of Cups, new feelings, and 5 of Cups, disappointment, Oh, we've got Five of Cups coming up here twice. There's lots of emotion around what happened here. What was lost, what didn't work out, or maybe what you wished could have been different. Even though there's a lot of disappointment here, I don't feel like the heart is completely closed. There can still be feelings. There can still be hope for something different. Okay, let's see what we get next. Oops, my battery died. I'm back now. Okay, let's see what we get next for group 2. Messages for group 2, please. Okay, we've got a few cards here. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, slow progress. 2 of Pentacles, juggling or balancing. And 9 of Swords, anxiety. Wow, there's lots of emotion here. Still getting a sense that there's feelings, hope for something different, and someone's still trying to figure out what they can realistically give to this connection or this relationship. Okay, let's get into the details of this reading. I'm going to start with where you've been, where this relationship has been. And with the Four of Wands and Ace of Cups, I get a feeling that there was something really genuine here. There may have been a time when this relationship felt happy, comfortable, or like it actually become something more stable. You may have felt safe with this person or had a feeling that, hey, maybe this could really work. And with the Ace of Cups, this makes me feel like the emotions were real. There was an opening here. Something touched your heart and gave you hope about where this could go. And with where you're at right now, with the Five of Wands and Five of Cups, yeah, this is pretty emotional. There's tension, disagreement, or a lot of things that haven't felt easy between you and this person. It feels like you're sitting with disappointment. I sense you may be thinking about what happened and wishing things had gone differently. Maybe there are things you wanted from this connection that you didn't get, or maybe you had a picture in your mind of how this relationship could be and it didn't turn out that way. There may still be frustration around it, but underneath, I feel more sadness. For the other person, we have the King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles. I'm getting a feeling that there's still interest or a strong pull towards you. I don't get the sense this person's completely detached from the relationship. Getting a feeling that there may be a part of them that still wants stability and something they can actually build on. But I get a sense they're holding on to a lot of things all at once. It feels like there's a difference between what they feel and what they can actually manage right now. They may have other responsibilities, priorities, or other things happening in their life that they're trying to balance. So I don't feel like that there's nothing here. If anything, I feel like there's more going on beneath the surface than what they're letting you see. But they're still trying to work out what they can realistically give to this relationship. Okay, looking at what's next for this relationship or connection, we've got the Five of Cups and Nine of Swords. There's definitely still a lot on your mind around this relationship. You may be replaying what happened, wondering what they're feeling, or thinking about what could have been different. But I really want to point out the imagery on this Five of Cups. The cups aren't spilt or empty, they're actually being filled. There's tea being poured and food on the table. So even with worry and overthinking, I don't feel like this is only about loss or disappointment. There's a sense of something being replenished, maybe communication, understanding, or even the connection itself in some way. I'm not saying this guarantees a reconciliation of some kind, but I do feel like there may be more to this story than what you can see right now. I think you just need to allow some space for something unexpected to come through. Group 2, I'm really feeling it for you. I can sense that there's hurt here, and I understand why you're thinking about it, but I don't think you need to decide the whole future of this relationship right now. And we've got a few beeps in the background validating this message. Okay, I'm going to pull a final message for you. That's a bit too many. Let's try it again. Final message for group 2, please. Oh, we've got 3 cards. We'll go with this. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. Hope is the conduit for miracles. I surrender to a power greater than me. I really like these cards for you. There's a lot here that you may not be able to control or even fully understand right now. So these messages feels like you don't have to carry it all by yourself. If prayer is something that feels right to you, lean into that. If it's meditation, being outside, walking, sitting quietly, whatever helps you feel connected and bring some peace back in. There's still hope that things can unfold in a way that's right for you, even if you can't see what that looks like yet. And stop trying to solve every part of this connection right now. Leave some room for life to surprise you. You don't have to decide today how this story ends. All right, my sunnies, that's all I have for you today. I hope that this has helped in some way. Lots of love and many blessings. If this reading has resonated with you, I'd really appreciate if you could share, like, subscribe, or leave a comment. I hope to see you again at the next one. Sending you lots of love. Bye-bye. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. I'm going to start off with an energy check to help validate that this reading is for you. I'm going to use this oracle deck. Let's see what message comes out. Message for group 3, please. Oh, we've got a few cards here. I think we can work with these. Okay, first we have number 28, the past. You may be thinking about the past. This might be about someone from your past. Number 58, praying. This may be about questions on your mind or problems. Number 44, connection, connecting with others. You may be spending time with friends or have been receiving a lot of support and companionship. Okay, so this reading could be for someone who has been thinking about a past connection or someone from your past who's been coming back into your thoughts lately. There may also be some questions around this relationship that you haven't quite found the answers to yet, so you've been looking for some kind of guidance or trying to make sense of what you're feeling. Maybe that's through prayer, meditation, or spending time in nature, or just getting some quiet time to yourself. And maybe that's why you've come to this video, and maybe that's why this video has found you. At the same time, I feel like you're not going through this completely alone. You have friends or other people around you who've been offering support and companionship. So if this sounds like you or you resonate with what I've shared here, this is just further validation that this reading is for you. Okay, let's get into the tarot cards. Messages for group 3, please. Oh, We've got our first card, Knight of Wands, passion, movement. Okay, a few more cards here. Five of Pentacles, feeling left out. Two of Pentacles, juggling priorities. Okay, let's see what we get next. We've got the Page of Pentacles, new opportunity. Looking at these initial cards, my impression is that your current energy shows there's still some movement or attraction around this relationship or connection. Something about it may still feel exciting or hard to completely put out of your mind. You also may be carrying some feelings of being left out, overlooked, or disconnected from this person, and the other person feels like they're trying to balance this connection with other things going on in their life. Okay, let's see what else we get. We've got the Queen of Wands, confidence, attraction. Ten of Pentacles, long-term security. Messages for group 3, please. Additional messages for group 3. Seven of Pentacles. This can be about patience and assessing a situation. Knight of Cups, a romantic offer. Okay, let's get into this reading. First, we're going to look at the connection and where this relationship was at. We have the Knight of Wands and Queen of Wands. I'm getting a feeling of a pretty strong attraction here, chemistry. There's a connection where you really notice each other, and there's a natural pull between you two. Both cards carry a lot of confidence and fire. The Knight of Wands can be more spontaneous and restless, while the Queen of Wands knows her worth and is more comfortable standing on her own. So there could be a difference in how the two of you approach this relationship. And this makes me think about the past. If this is someone you've known before, the attraction or interest may not have completely disappeared just because there was distance or things changed between you. This doesn't feel like a relationship that was insignificant. There is still something about this person or this connection that holds your attention. Now, when I look at where you're at, we've got the Five of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles. This shows me that you may be feeling disconnected from this person or uncertain about where you stand with them. There could be a sense of missing something or feeling like you're on the outside of the connection. With the Ten of Pentacles, you want something secure. You want to know that a relationship has somewhere to go and that you're not putting your emotions into something that isn't going anywhere. So there's a bit of a contrast here. You could be feeling the absence of this person while also thinking about what a more stable and secure relationship with them could look like. And because of that, for some of you, maybe you've spent some time asking for guidance, meditating or thinking really deeply about the situation, and just trying to understand how things have unfolded the way they have. You may have had friends, family, or other supportive people around you to help you feel less alone while you're figuring this out. So for where they're at, we've got the Two of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles shows someone who's juggling things. They may have a lot going on, or they may be trying to figure out how this connection or this relationship fits into everything else happening in their life. The Seven of Pentacles adds to this energy of stepping back and assessing. They're looking at what has already happened between the two of you and asking themselves whether this is something they want to continue investing in. So it seems like you're both kind of taking that step back and assessing and thinking. I don't necessarily feel like they're walking away. It feels more like they're taking their time trying to work out what they want. There's a sense of not having all the answers and still trying to figure things out. Okay, so what's next and what does this all mean? We've got the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. I really like these two cards together. This is telling me that there's a small but genuine step forward. This could be a message, an invitation, or an effort to reconnect, with both of you kind of taking a step back and assessing. There's a need for one of you to make that small step forward. When someone begins to express more of what they're feeling rather than keeping it all to themselves, there will be some emotions that happen here, but a small practical opening that creates space for deeper emotional connection is something that needs to happen. But remember, this can't just go back to exactly how it was before. It may need to start from a different place, more grounded, more intentional, and some actual effort behind it. There are definitely two people here who are thinking about each other. I feel like both of you have been doing a lot of thinking and really assessing about this relationship, but you're doing it each on your own. Neither of you seem to want to reach out right now. There's this quiet space between where you are both wondering what the other person is thinking or feeling. But I don't feel it stays that way. I sense someone eventually taking a small step forward. It doesn't feel like a huge declaration or anything dramatic, but something more like someone's testing the waters, maybe through a message or a small gesture, just to see how the other person responds. Something that gives the two of you a chance to talk again. Okay, I'm going to ask for a final message for you. A final message for group 3, please. Okay, too many cards here. Let's try again. Message for group 3, please. Final message for group 3. Okay, we've got 2 cards. That's doable. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. All right, my sunnies, that's all I have for you today. Just remember, group 3, there may be a small step forward, but for now, let things unfold and give yourself some space to listen to what you're feeling. Sending you much love and many blessings. If you resonated with this reading, please do like, share, and subscribe, or leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it if you do. I hope to see you again at the next one. Bye-bye.